Well,
He thought he was doing something good.
I don't like that he peed, but I am happy he's using his imagination because that is like something he had to learn.
All right, back at it. Sports. It's back to sports madness today.
My day is so busy. Your day is so busy. That's all I can think about right now.
Yeah, everybody's busy. It's crazy. It actually is. Today is nuts. I woke up this morning and I was like, oh no, this day has arrived. We're going to like 20 different places today.
It's madness.
And by the end of the day, we'll love it and we'll have fun. And
I know.
Our kids have practiced and done jiu-jitsu. Charlie has a performance at school. Austin has a football game. Trey has a football practice. Cal is at his therapy center right now. Everybody is doing at least one thing today in a totally different direction than the other person.
Yeah, so I have to take Cal to jiu-jitsu. That word, you get tongue-tied.
What, jiu-jitsu?
Jiu-jitsu, yeah. Anyways, I'm taking him there. Then we have to drop Tyler off at home, take Charlie to her performance. After the performance, go to Austin's game. So I'm going to see if he can handle it. I'm taking him to the concert by myself. Last time his therapist went. And I'm not taking a stroller or a wagon or anything. So it's going to be interesting.
Oh, boy.
I know. I'm scared.
Grab some video of that.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do.
Might be one for the record books.
He's either going to sit quietly or he's going to be on my hip and I'm going to be walking around.
He might like the fact that Charlie's performing. He may think that's cool.
Yeah, I don't know if I should sit in the back or the front or...
Charlie got up. She told me the craziest story this morning. So there's some video game or show that has hot lava.
Yeah.
And you can't step in the lava, obviously, or you'll get burned. So he woke up this morning and said, oh, no, hot lava, and dropped his diaper and started peeing on the floor to cool off the lava. Charlie's like, there's no hot lava, Cal. And he goes, oh, yes, hot lava, hot. And he peed to put it out to make it cool. And
well,
he thought he was doing something good.
I don't like that he peed, but I am happy he's using his imagination because that is like something he had to learn.
All right. I kind of like that. I think
imaginary play, you know?
Yeah. I think we'll go with, I'm not happy at the end result, but I'm happy that he's using his imagination. I like that. All right.
Yeah.
I like it. I'll go with that. I think I can go with that. But I actually thought it was pretty funny that he's into the lava thing now. Where it's like, and then he said something else this morning. No. So to get out of the room, this is after he peed, they had to put pillows down and walk on the pillows to get out of the room.
See, that's good.
Because he didn't want to step on the hot lava.
That's funny. I wonder what video that is. I haven't seen that one.
It could be a game. He's playing these new games, and I do kind of vaguely remember him. This character is like stepping on these things.
Well, there is a game like the floor is lava.
Right, and so you have to put these things down, and then so you place it's like bricks or wooden planks or something or stones, and you place them and then you walk on them.
Oh, that's the one he's been playing? I
think. It's something that I saw that he was walking on these things, and I don't know that it was in lava. Apparently it must be. But I told Charlie this morning I dropped her off school, I was like, gosh, you've already had a crazy day. I was like, you watched your brother try to put out lava with pee, and then you had to build pillows to like walk across like a bridge out of pillows.
That's
and she's like,
funny.
yeah, it's been a wild one.
That's funny.
But that's like his bond with Charlie, though. Like he, like that's something he would do with Charlie, and I don't know that he would do that with the other kids.
Probably not. Maybe Austin.
Maybe.
I don't know.
But I just feel like that's like his, in his mind, he's going on an adventure with Charlie. He's also doing this thing where he's, going on a bear hunt, which is part of a song.
Right. He sings it all the time.
I'm going on a bear hunt.
Even in the car this morning, he's like, oh, there's a bear. I'm like, are you on a bear hunt?
Yeah. Sometimes it's a lion hunt. Sometimes it's a shark hunt.
Mm-hmm.
We've made up some other hunts, which are kind of funny. But yeah, so he's kind of like having these adventures. Actually, the other day he came home from school, and before he even walked in the house, this is Lauren, his ABA therapist, picked him up with me. And we're walking in the house, and he goes, oh, no, not house. And I'm like, oh, gosh, please don't be upset about being home. And he goes, time for a bear hunt in the woods. And Lauren,
that's good.
Yeah, and Lauren goes, do you want to go in the woods now and go on a bear hunt? And he went, yes. And so he handed me his backpack, and they didn't even go in the house. They just walked down the street, but in the grass. So he pretended, and there's like some palm trees and stuff. So he was pretending that he was in the woods going on a bear hunt. And they did it for about 20, 30 minutes. And she walked in and she's like, oh, we did all of our hunts. And he kept saying that they were in the woods and walking around the tree and looking for bears.
Oh, that's
So,
cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
I mean, when the imagination can carry over like that and you can actually put it like in the real world, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like
That
he's
is
like,
cool.
I don't want to go home. I want to go on my bear hunt.
Yeah, so Charlie came in and said, I woke up to Charlie telling me he peed on the floor. And I was like, well, does he have a diaper on now? And she's like, yeah. She's like, yes, I put it on. So when I went to change his diaper before going to the play place, of course he has a diaper on, but it's backwards. She tried.
Good thing is he doesn't know or care. It's just like that kind of stuff like doesn't bother him. Like,
I
he's
know.
not,
It's just funny.
he doesn't have like the perfectionism part of it where everything's got to be perfect. You know, when it comes to like his clothes and like sometimes he'll wear a hat, sometimes he'll wear sunglasses.
Right.
Sometimes he'll just walk around in bare feet or, you know, flip flops. Like he's not particular about those kind of things.
No.
When it comes to like his sharks or spacing things out or putting things in order, then he's very particular.
Right.
But he's actually like he'll wear almost anything.
Well, luckily for him, like tags and stuff really don't bother him.
Yeah.
Some kids are really sensitive to fabrics and tags and stuff like that.
I mean, he'll wear a hat, he'll wear a hoodie, he'll wear a t-shirt, he'll wear a tank top, he'll wear bathing suits, shorts, pants. I mean,
Yeah.
he's pretty good about just going with his like the dress part of it.
Right.
The only probably the toughest thing we ever had was when you bought the high tops. That was a little bit different for him. I don't know that I would get high tops again.
I wouldn't get those again, but that was his first pair of shoes he tried on at the shoe store, and then he wouldn't take them off.
Yeah.
Those high tops are a little too heavy for him.
They're heavy. They're kind of clunky, although they look very cool on him.
Yeah, it's a little heavy.
It's
though.
a little much for him.
I know.
But they do look really cool on him. So, but he's going to outgrow them in a couple months anyway. So,
Right. And right now I'm pretty much trying to just do flip-flops and sandals and stuff. Because it's hot.
It's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Yesterday, we'll probably have a quick one today.
Yes.
Yesterday, we met a new. Are we talking about that?
That's fine.
Yeah. Yesterday, we met a new ABA therapist. So our therapist now, Lauren, who really is like family to Cal and us,
Yes.
is kind of people are now. She's like the highest degree you can get for an ABA therapist, right?
Right.
Whatever that degree is and the extra training and the experience and everything. So now they are putting people under her, and she's like going to be managing a team of people,
Right.
which is really great for her, super happy for her. Of course, the flip side of that is we're sad that we won't be seeing her as much. She's still going to be, Cal is going to be her case still, but there will be somebody, another ABA therapist working under her, you know, and so spending more time with Cal than she will. We'll still see her every week, just not as much.
Right.
So yesterday, they had like a little, I think they called it the meet and greet,
Yeah.
where the new therapist comes and it's just like, hey, I'm who I am, and this is Cal, and da 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 da. And I think you were like freaking out, not freaking out, but you were very curious about what this person was going to be like, you know, their personality and everything like that, because like this person is now going to be spending the most time with Cal outside of us.
Right.
Pretty big deal. Like this is going to be the person that he sees the most.
Yeah, and I was worried about it, but I'm not as worried about it now because Lauren is still going to be involved.
Yeah.
You know, and she told this girl how she does everything. And Lauren also said he gets very used to certain people and certain routines and stuff. So she kind of wanted to add another person in just for some change too.
Yeah. Which I love. I absolutely love this. I know at first you were like kind of disappointed, like, but I mean, we knew this day would come and we've talked about it for a while. Like eventually, like, I mean, a therapist, I mean, this is their career. This is their profession. Sometimes they leave and move states. Sometimes they just work for other companies. Sometimes they do other things in the field, but kind of a little bit different. So we knew this would happen. It's like rarely does anybody have one, you know, work in the same place for their entire life, whatever it is. You know, there's a change.
Yeah.
And so this is a little bit of a change, but this could have been a lot worse. Lauren could have moved somewhere. She could have just switched companies and not, you know, have done in-home or, you know what I mean? Could have gone a million different ways.
Yeah.
So she's still like going to be hanging out with them. For whatever reason, like I even said yesterday, I was like, you know what? It's not even about me or us. It's mainly about Cal.
Yeah.
Like I think Cal will make the decision on new therapists and new relationships and if it's going to work or not work or whatever. But I got to tell you, I mean, this woman walked in, she seemed like she was going to or was appreciative that Lauren was like kind of downloading all the info about him. She was like, good, we'll go with that. Let's do that. Let's, you know, whatever. Like, The only thing I think you're worried about is somebody coming in and like imposing this new will, like going, oh no, this is how I'm going to do things now. And she did not come off like that. Like she came off very supportive of all the work that Lauren's done with him. And Cal like said her name a bunch of times. And Cal likes making new friends.
Yeah,
like
he
he's
liked
social. So I was like, I don't know. I thought her demeanor was fantastic. And I thought Cal was just kind of like incorporating her and what they were doing and playing. And I think the fact that he said her name over and over was cool.
And that's what I say. I said you're meeting a new friend today. Like I told him ahead of time. I think her and Lauren are on the same page, and I think she'll kind of do the same structure. We are very good with change, like me and you and our kids and everything. But with him, I have a harder time with change because then I just get used to everything and like the safety aspect and all that. Like Lauren takes him in the pool, and I trust her to do that. She takes him on walks, and I trust her to do that. Like now with a new therapist, and if she's going to do that stuff, then I'm like, I have to like, I don't know, start trusting that she's, you know what I mean?
Well, I think for that kind of stuff.
For that kind of stuff, I'm like, it takes time.
No, I think for that kind of stuff, sure. Like maybe the first time in the pool is with Lauren and the new therapist.
Yeah.
And then maybe even a couple times after that, we're home. So we're kind of watching.
Right.
Not like out there supervising, but home and at least peeking our head out the door. You know what I mean? Like, that kind of stuff. Swallowing little things, just kind of have to really pound that in people's heads. Like, listen, if it can fit in his mouth, he'll put it in there. So let's not even play with those toys, that kind of stuff.
I know, but they do have to sometimes. Like, I know that they have to do certain things for his fine motor skills, but they have to like really watch him,
Yeah, well, it's fine if they're right there involved. I'm talking about leaving and the toys stay.
Right,
like that's not,
yeah,
we're not doing that. Like, but I actually, so you and I are different in the fact that like, I actually really like the change for Cal. Because I could see, I don't know, I could see like this autism thing is crazy sometimes because I almost think being comfortable in autism for a young child like Cal who's not high functioning could really be a detriment. Like doing the same thing over and over and actually convincing himself that that is life and that's what happens, I think is really, that scares me. I do want there to be significant changes. Not every week, not every month, but I do want there to be significant changes, especially early on in life, just to teach, because that is life. Like the one thing that we can bank on is that crap's going to change all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, like you're going to get hit with stuff out of left field. Like usually what knocks you down is something you never saw coming. It's kind of funny how life works that way. It's like the stuff you always worry about. It's like the stuff that you were like, oh boy, that could be a problem. It really never is. It's this other thing that came out of nowhere and you were like, whoa, did not see that coming. I'm telling you, that's life.
No, it's true.
Yeah, and so I kind of want him to like always be ready or at least kind of not be scared of change. I guess that's probably more it. Not be averse to it, not be scared of it, not be fearful of it. When it happens, and then you roll. I mean, you just roll.
Yeah, it's really stressful setting up all the therapies. So once I get them set up, if something changes on their end, then I'm like, wait a second, like I had this all set up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think that's part of it too. Like it takes it's a process to get these things set up.
It is.
And then I'm like, so it's fine.
It is.
It's fine.
And I it's like everything else in life. Like we have like many people worried about certain things for, I don't know, days, weeks, maybe even months. Nothing. It never happened. Nothing came to fruition. It just was completely a waste of time. Like it was actually, who knows what else we could have accomplished by worrying about X, Y, Z. It's always something that was like, you're not going to believe what just happened. And by the way, that's not always bad. Sometimes the good things come out of left field.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like you'll have this expectation like, oh, this is how things are going to go, and I'm going to do it this way, and then something happens and it's like, this is even better, and I never saw it coming. So being ready for that, you know what I mean?
I know. It's like when he got his first speech therapist, and then she left. So then we and I was worried about it. Then we got Ashley, who was great. And we had her for 2 years.
I know.
And then I was upset Ashley left, but I understood because she wants to be in her area and not travel as much. And then he's at this facility and he's thriving.
Yeah.
So it's good. And nothing really should be set in stone with this because they are changing and you need to change with it,
Yeah, it is. I mean, I'm just telling you, it's really interesting just how life goes. And I don't think the ups are really the ups, and I don't think the downs are really the downs. I think it's just how you look at it in that moment. But when you go back and look back, I don't know if all the stuff you thought was good was really good. I don't know if all the stuff you thought was bad was really bad. It all sort of just, you have this goofy little. I don't know what it is. It's like a maze through
like
life
zigzags,
and nothing. Yeah, I mean, and I have such a different approach than a lot of people, and I think it's just because it's just DNA. I'm different. I mean, I think differently because when I talk to people about stuff, they're like, "Man, you're weird," and I'm like, "Cool," because it's fine. But I'm one of those guys that it's like, I absolutely hate the saying, "Don't worry about things you can't control," because that absolutely is what worry is for. If you can't control it, you should absolutely be worried about it. That's called being a human. That's how your brain works. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm like, no, worry about the things you can't control, because that's exactly what worry is there for. You can't control it. It's okay to be worried about it. There's nothing you can do. And it's, and so I don't know. So I guess the flip side of that is, don't worry about the things you can control, because you can absolutely control them. Why would you worry about something that you can go and handle?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it.
I really kind of look at that as the approach to autism as a parent. Like, I'm not going to worry about somebody coming in and a therapist, because if it doesn't work, we can control it. We can control that outcome. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Him developing and becoming high functioning, there's some aspects in there that we can't control. I worry about it. I worry about it. I mean, why wouldn't I worry about it? I'm worried. So, but you're so much more free, at least for me, you're so much more free when you're like, hey, I can't control that. And because I can't control that and I'm absolutely powerless in it, yes, I'm a little bit worried about it. I have some fear of it because I can't do anything about it. It's like if a meteor's coming to Earth.
Right.
Wouldn't you be worried? People are like, don't worry about it. You can't control it. Really? You want me to not worry about the asteroid coming to Earth? Because I am worried about it. You know what I mean?
I know.
But if you owned a jet ship, a fighter jet that could go up and blow up the asteroid, and you owned the only one, and people be like, aren't you worried? Be like, I'm not worried because I can control it.
Right.
So, no.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. So I look at that with like new therapists and autism and all the different stuff. And so.
It's good.
Yeah.
Change is good. And I liked her off the bat, so I thought it was fine.
I think it's healthy. The process of change is healthy. And even for us, for parents, because I think it almost teaches us, it's like, okay, it's just one more little thing that you endure, you go through, you think about, and who knows, maybe this will be the therapist that's with him for 10 years. I mean,
could be. Yeah.
I mean, you just don't know, and this other stuff that you're doing at this center, I mean, it's really like worked very well.
Yeah.
He actually loves going.
I know.
I mean,
and at the beginning we weren't sure.
Yeah. And even they said, they're like, it's been a rough start. I mean, they were very honest, which I totally appreciate.
And I was crying on one of the podcasts saying, I have no idea what I'm doing.
Yeah, and we don't, and that's great. It's great that we know, like, it's great that we don't even pretend, like, oh, we've got the roadmap, we figured all this out.
Right.
There's a lot of businesses that have been created around autism, and listen, most of these people are great people, and they are just trying to help, but, the thing about this, if you do subscribe to that, it's all different, the roadmap is not the same, it's like if you want to drive from here, Tampa, St. Pete to California, there's only a couple of ways to do it, right?
Right.
You want to figure out autism, good luck. There's not just 3 highway systems, right? So, like, I see these businesses, and they're like, oh, I have a consultancy for autism parents, and I help you, like, set up this and set up that. Some of that's really good, but to a certain extent, it really becomes worthless after a while. I mean, it's nice to start it off and get things organized and maybe a systematic practice, but it's like at the end of the day, there is no one way.
Right.
Or 2 ways or 3 ways. It's just,
yeah.
And once you kind of become cool with that, I don't know. I think it's pretty good.
Like, I was just going to say, yeah, and it's fine. You know what I mean? It's fine.
It's fine.
And literally, we are just day to day. You know what I mean?
Hour to hour.
I mean, we have stuff set up for him, obviously, his therapies, but every day is, you don't know. I mean, so it's just, you get through the day and...
We were talking with our friend Chrissy last night, who I think we mentioned Chrissy in another podcast. So Tyler's babysitting last night, so we jump out to this...
Allison.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Allison's babysitting last night. And we jump out to this little restaurant that's been closed for like 4 months, right on the beach. And they finally reopened. So we're like, let's go check it out. They remodeled it and everything like that. And of course, we run into our neighbor, Chrissy, who this is like the third time this has happened. Like we didn't know she was going to be there. She didn't know we were going to be there.
No.
And we run into her. But we started talking about just like that, like how life is just like, you can make all the plans. Like she was sharing some stories from her life.
Yeah.
Like I did this, I shouldn't have done this. Oh, thank God I did this. And and so
Right.
and we were all talking about like, God, thank God we live by the beach. We're so happy here. We're in this cool little area, where the schools are great. There's so many sports and great places to eat and beach bars. And it's just so crazy how it's like making those long-term plans just seems like such a waste of time in our life.
Yeah.
You know what I
agree.
mean? Like it just seems like a huge just waste. Because I think it's harder. Like even so, just take autism out of it. Just 5 kids.
Right.
Like making plans for the week is insanity. It's never coming true.
I know. It's,
Then you add in autism, and it's like forget it. Like even making plans for 2 hours from now seems a little dicey. You know what I mean?
I know. Like we have planned what we have to do today, but I have no idea how it's going to go.
Well, that's exactly right.
No idea.
I mean, Charlie may be performing, and mom or dad may not be there watching her. Depending, I mean, I've got to coach football, and it's really dependent on Cal.
Yeah, I have no idea how it's going to go today.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's fine.
It's fine.
I'll figure it out.
Figure it out, and it's better than it's better than sitting at home being bored. I almost like it, honestly. The scriptedness of life for a lot of people, and I know a lot of people are very comfortable in that. I just, scripting your day, knowing what time you have to wake up, where you have to be at the exact same time every day. I almost feel like my throat's closing up just thinking about it. You know what I mean? And you've always, just because of all your clients and their different schedules and owning hair salons and doing that, like you've always had a back and forth, like, because your clients are constantly changing things. The times they're going to show up, what they want to do with their hair. They need extensions. A wedding's coming up and they need last minute wedding hair. I mean, you deal with all of that stuff. So you're kind of used to the back and forth. I mean, you're sitting there booking clients on your phone last night at 8:00 at night at the beach bar.
Yep.
And clients are changing times and everything. So you're sort of used to that anyway.
Which is a little chaotic, I'm used to it.
Yeah. So I think it's good too. And I kind of come from another world where I had to be at the radio station every morning by, 5 a.m. or 5:30, whatever it was. And it just got to the point where it was like, well, the work's fun, but it's really boring that you got to do the same thing every day, until the work became not fun, and then none of it made sense. So,
well, when they started telling you can't do this, you can't do that, and you have to do this and you have to do that.
It's funny. I actually ran into a woman that I used to work with last night at the beach bar. I haven't seen her in, my God, it's been 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. She got fired, Lord, probably 6 months before I left. Anyway, it's so funny because she comes up and, she's like, I was like, what are you doing? Like, I haven't seen you forever. Like, what's going on? And she's like, I'm pretty much retired. And I started laughing. I said, me too. I was like, we're sitting at this bar drinking beer. I said, can you believe it? I said, look at these clowns that got to go to work. They're getting ready to go to bed. And we're just starting off our night at the beach bar. And she goes, oh, I love it. So she seemed really happy. Which is great.
Which you're having a lot more fun, and so is she.
Oh,
and,
my God.
Life just works out.
She's like, I forget I don't forget, but anyway, she's like, yeah, could you imagine being there? It was such a crap show and the horrible people. And she's like, and all they're doing now is taking pay cut after pay cut. And I'm just laughing.
Yeah,
I'm like, they've put themselves in this situation. Like, they have signed up to be the indentured servant. They have signed up to be the slave laborer. You know what I mean? Like, if that's what they think of themselves, and that's what they get.
Could you imagine being there and getting pay cuts? Like, that'd be awful.
The answer would be no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And being a slave to their work.
Can't figure out how to make your business work. Well, then you just look at somebody else.
Yeah.
I didn't change. No, I didn't lose 50% of my ability overnight.
That's crazy.
It's anyway, but it's just kind of funny how life works, because we're both sitting there and we work at the same place, and I it's funny because I was thinking about that in a moment, and I was like, we're like, man, we're living life. Like, things just got better and better.
Yeah.
And we're sitting there laughing, drinking beers, and everyone else is home returning their emails and scared to death, and oh my God, it's just funny how life works. And the worry thing is, honestly, it's better to worry about the things you can't control. That's why worry's there. But when you start worrying about things you can't control, well, then maybe you need to get better at controlling stuff.
Right.
Since you can control it, I wouldn't worry about it.
Yep. I can keep going on about this, but we got to go.
Where do you have to go?
I just have a lot of stuff to do.
Okay, we're gonna end this. And what is the first thing you're gonna do?
Well, I don't know. I'm gonna finish eating my sandwich.
Oh, okay. So you got.
And then I have to work out.
Okay.
We're supposed to power wash the pool today.
No, there's no we. That's me.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to make sure. I want to make sure it gets done. So I was going to do some of it.
Oh,
because
man.
you're in a time schedule a little bit too.
I think I'm going to go back into the radio business.
No.
Got
Why?
My wife going, you better start power washing. Jeez.
I'm excited to paint the pool deck.
Yes, and that's happening Friday?
Yes.
Friday.
So.
Are we doing it No, we're not doing it tomorrow. So.
No, you're doing it today because the pool guy's coming tomorrow. And if you don't do it, I'm going to do it.
You don't have time to do it.
Well, anytime I do have, I'm going to do it.
So what time? So I got to get Cal at 2?
No, he's at the play place today.
Oh, that's right.
So I have to leave at 1:15, so he's going to be here with you until Lauren comes.
Yeesh.
But I just got a text, so.
Okay. All right. Yeah, the day's going to be a little more complicated than even I thought. I forgot. I don't know why.
Even you're on a time schedule with power washing. I'm like.
Yeah, well, and now I'm not sure how that's going to work because, okay. Well,
I don't either.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll be power washing tomorrow.
I don't know what's going to happen.
There's
a lot to do.
Yeah, but you know what? We can control it. We're good.
Yeah, it's fine.
We're in control. All right, real quick, thank you to Aspire Nutrition. You can see our Aspire Nutrition probiotics and nutrients at dailyautism.com. What this has done for Cal's tummy is really very significant. You can do your own research about gut health and brain health, which obviously is very connected in the world of autism. Just love that the company founders got to work on these products and nutrients right after their son was diagnosed with autism. Our whole family's on it now, and I got to tell you, Cal is, we've talked about it before, just eating more, experimenting with different foods, healthier diapers, if you know what I'm saying there. It's just really been good. I love this detox. I mean, I actually jumped out of bed this morning a little after 6 and started working out, and I'm like, yes, the detox is getting my motivation up. Let's go.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's fun. Everybody's really having fun with these nutrients and the probiotics, which, by the way, none of us get enough probiotics. That's why, I mean, I'm talking about nobody in the world. Like, you have to supplement probiotics. So it's really important. DailyAutism.com. Click the link. Feel free to send us a message on the nutrients that we take, how we take them. Obviously, with Cal, he does the unflavored stuff. We were able to literally trick him into getting this stuff.
Yes.
We got a message last night, I think, on Facebook about a woman who's getting some of the probiotics, right?
Yeah, and she was like, "Are they really flavorless?" And I'm like, "Yes."
No, and it's honestly,
they are.
Yeah, and it's like, so you're dealing with like a real autism parent when they're like, look, cut the crap. Is it really flavorless? Because my kid will, and it's like, oh no, we get it. Like they absolutely can tell.
And we don't open any capsules. It comes in a container.
Yeah, you can get capsules, but there's no way Cal's going to swallow a capsule. And I mean, for adults, it's fine to swallow a capsule. That's what I take. But I mean, when she wrote back, I was like, she's legit. Like, and I'm like, no, we would never, ever, ever tell you to waste your money on something that your kid won't take. I mean, again, for Cal, it works. It is flavor, but he can tell anything. I mean, we've tried other things. He can tell if one little flavor's off, and he's never called us out on it.
No, and he will not drink juices and stuff. Like, he drinks water, and that's it.
That's all he drinks.
Yeah.
No milk, no juice, no Gatorade. So
this is going into water.
Yep. Yeah. So it's not even like, it would be easy to detect because it's just water. So dailyautism.com to see the link to Aspire Nutrition. All right, let's go. Here's our chaotic day. I'm ready.
I'm ready too. Let's go.